Welcome back to DS Truck. So we got the 2019 F250 hooked up right now, and check out what we're towing. Now this is why I kind of want the 350. So as you can see, as we look at it from the side, here's the squat, and the reality is our trailer is not loaded just yet. And if you follow the channel, then you know I've been talking about upgrading this truck to a 7.3 liter gas V8 F350, and that truck is here and ready, and it's ready for me to pick it up this week, literally. But here's a look at what's in the trailer right now. And yeah, it's not super heavy just yet because there's nothing in here. But once we put the side rolls, we're doing a little bit of siding today, and we put a few rolls. It's not a whole pallet, maybe like less than a half a pallet, but let's just say, what if we put a pallet of sod in here? Well, if we would have put a whole pallet in here, this thing would have been overweight for sure. Now, a 350 is going to give you a little bit better springs. Let's look at how close we are over here. Yeah, we're getting close to our bump stops here. Take a look. Getting close there to the bump stops, and that's really what I need. And now, as far as power and pulling power and all that, this truck does okay. It's got the 6.2 gas V8. The horsepower and torque it's okay. It's got at least 400 horsepower. I think 430 foot-pounds of torque. Good. Plus, the truck's geared to 430. So I don't think going with the 7.3, I don't think I'm going to notice that much more power. A little bit more power. But the 7.3 gas, it's one of the most powerful V8s out there. More power than this. But it's not going to be like that much more. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's not going to be that much more pulling power. The actual power is okay. It's not diesel power or nothing like that, even with the gearing, but it's definitely enough to get the job done. Where I really fall short is those rear springs. Now, at the end of the day, I could just throw airbags in this thing and be good or whatever, but I don't know. I think it's time for a fresh truck. But let me know what you guys think about this truck. If I sell it, I got the option. I can private sell it. I could go ahead and trade it in and get a little money back. Private sale is going to be a little bit more money in the pocket, but it's a little bit more work. But the difference could be $10,000, maybe at least $5,000. The difference could be significant. The thing is, though, is how bad are the bumps and bruises on the truck? It's got little weird things going. Like, it's got a little cracked mirror right here. It's like just the lens, the glass and everything's good, but there's a little dent there, and a little scratch here and there, but nothing major. Literally just the other day I was getting loaded, and the guy tried really hard to rust this lamp. He hit it with a freaking forklift and a pallet, and it didn't break. I heard a little noise maybe, but it didn't crack it. And I'm like, dude, you just hit my truck. Like, come on. But for a work truck, it's got its little bumps and bruises, minor scratches and stuff, but the silver paint just hides so much of it. If this were a black truck, it would look horrible, but the aluminum body with the silver, it just covers everything. Every little scrape and scratch, it just blends right in. There's a scratch right here. You look how close you got to get to see it. So the thing about it, this truck, this STX truck, I washed this thing and it shines like new just from me washing it. So it's kind of one of those things. The truck was used for work, so it's got low miles. It's only got 20k on the truck, 22.4 or something like that on the truck, so very low miles. It's the full STX loaded to the gills. It's got the 360 camera. It's got the hookup in the rear. When you hook up a trailer to this with the Ford camera package, it allows you to do the camera thing. It's got the 430 gearing. I think it's a very good truck, so maybe I'll hold on to it and private sell it. If you follow the channel, the F450 has been in the shop, and it's still in the shop, and I've been down to just one truck, which makes things very hard for me. If I had a second truck right now, I'd be very happy, but it's like trying to hustle and get everything loaded into one truck, one trailer. It takes a little longer, a little more time. It's a little bit harder to do that when you only have one truck, one trailer. So all this stuff here, we're gonna throw some dirt over there. It's just, it's difficult. It is a little bit more difficult, but anyway, let's go ahead and put the dirt in the trailer and see how bad this thing squats. See you guys at the next scene. All right, 1 yard going in. See how bad she squats.
This side, right?
There we go. You can come up a little further. All right, so we got that right over our axles, which kind of works out good. So we're not squatting too much now. It looks all right. Let's take a look from the side here. This is not the most forgiving spot either, because it sweeps. The ground's really slanted or sloped, so it looks way more. Looks like way more. But anyway, let me go ahead and get this tarped up. See you guys at the next scene. All right, so we are driving in a truck on the way to the job site, and it is pulling well. You can definitely feel the weight. It's a little bit heavier, so the trans knows what to do. It's grabbing some lower gears here, and yeah, it's not quite hitting 6th gear like it usually does. Well, we just touched 6, but as soon as you get on the fuel, it drops back down to 5, and I was even in 4 for a good point. But at no point does it seem like there's a lack of power or engine or anything. We got everything we need here. Now we are finally actually pulling some weight. I mean, we got a 4,500 pound trailer. We got 700-800 pounds worth of equipment in the trailer. We got freaking 800 pounds in the bed. We got probably 800 pounds on the tongue of the hitch. We have 1 yard of topsoil, which could weigh, depending on the moisture content, could weigh up to 2,300 pounds. It's probably around 2,000 pounds of topsoil, though it's kind of dry out. But yeah, we are doing some weight, and we are pulling some weight. And as long as, the 250 will work out fine, as long as I set it up right. It's not like the 450 where I could say put the dirt anywhere in the trailer, toward the front, toward the back. I could put all my tools in the back. Let's say I had my other larger wheelbarrow that takes up a lot of the space in the trailer. I'd have to put the dirt closer to the nose, and now I'm going to be, if I were to do that with that truck, now I'm going to be with this truck, now I'm going to be sitting on my bump stops and overloaded on my rear axle. So that's all fine and dandy, but it can be a little bit hard to control the truck in that state. So anyway, we're almost at the job site. I'll go ahead and take another side view of the truck once we get to the job site, so we can actually see how it looks on a level ground, because that ground in the landscape yard is super unlevel. It makes it look like the truck's squatting more than it really is. But anyway, see you guys at the job site. All right, and that's how she's squatting right now. Not too terrible. It's sitting, a little bit lower. Not too bad. Nothing crazy. But we're gonna get this side out of the bed of the truck, and that should help make it look less slanted. So anyway, let's go ahead and get the side off the truck. All right, guys, that is it. I kind of stopped filming on that job. Kind of how it goes. I got so busy working, and it's kind of hard to pick up the camera when you're working. But this is how it's sitting right now. At the end of the day, the 250 is a adequate truck. Now, there's a little bit of squat. Let's take a look how it looks. Now, keep in mind, the snowplow prep package is almost like a leveling kit right out of the back. So you think of the trimmers, how you order a trimmer and it comes with a little bit of lift on the front end. Well, actually, the snowplow prep, it kind of gives you the same thing, but I don't think the snowplow prep is a block in the front. Snowplow prep trucks tend to be closer to level. I don't know if it's as much as a trimmer, but it's more just the whole front spring. It's more heavy duty. I don't think they just use a block. They use a stiffer front spring, which levels the truck. It doesn't have any rake to it. Now, my thought process on the topic of trimmers is it's better to just order like a 350 non-trimmer package and just get the trimmer wheels with the snowplow prep, in my opinion, instead of paying the extra money for the trimmer. But this truck has the trimmer tires, but they're the wrong size. I literally went in and asked for trimmer Duratrax, and they gave me the next size down. So these aren't 35s or 33s, but they still look pretty good. But the truck is adequate. 250, guys, look at what's in this trailer right now. It's so much side in the nose of this trailer. Side is really heavy. This whole nose of this trailer is full of side right now. If you can see that. I mean, it's very nose heavy, and that's kind of how we had to do it. We had to load it like this because the way the job, dictates. But anyway, guys, my name's Sean. This is DS Trucks. See you guys in the next video. Over and out. Later.